So the Yodo finally got a buff last patch, and today we're going to play it and see if it's actually any better. The buff, keep in mind, was only really to the rudder shift time, so the ship is a little bit more maneuverable. They didn't touch the guns, they didn't touch the armor or anything like that, so really we're going to have to rely on that slightly improved maneuverability to hopefully dodge a little bit more. And to go with that, we are going with a slightly more damage-focused build, giving up some of our concealment here when it comes to heavy HE and sap. That way we are buffing the damage somewhat, and we're going to try and take advantage of the improved rudder shift times here to actually prevent our ship from taking a huge amount of damage. And I'm actually even running Steering Gears Mod 2 here. That's how it is at 5.4 seconds. It's usually around 9 seconds, something like that, on the rudder shift, and this is a pretty massive change, so I'm hoping that will help us dodge a little bit more. That does make our concealment pretty bad, though, so that might be a bit of an issue here. Propulsion mod combined with this rudder shift should make us reasonably maneuverable, but we do need to dodge every shell we possibly can. A lot of 25mm armor here, and the deck armor is only 30 millimeters, so it's really only going to help us against 406mm battleships. But the hope here is that with that improved HE alpha damage, we're going to be getting some pretty decent hits in, and a 12% fire chance should also help us against battleships. 30mm of pen base means we're going to be doing full pens to most cruisers, and anything that does have better armor than that, for the most part, has a pretty big superstructure that we should be able to farm anyway. IFHE is a consideration. It's just pretty expensive here, and that fire chance reduction hurts a lot. So let's see what the new and improved Yodo can do. Maybe it's a little better than I initially played. It was pretty bad when it released, I think. Okay, hopping into things here. I think the rudder shift is going to help us out here. I have AP to start. I don't know why. I'm really hoping for that rudder shift to make a pretty big difference, actually. And the main reason for that really comes down to this ship really requiring to go broadside to use all of its guns. Unfortunately, that's just kind of how this thing is. Let's put these torps actually for the Hanover. Des Moines at relatively close ranges could hurt us a lot. And in fact, he does. He takes out like half of our health in one salvo. I have not known a Des Moines to hit that hard, but there you go. That going broadside hurts a lot. Perhaps we were too aggressive, of course. That is always an option. Let's use our Hydro here. And it looks like the Malta is after us, unfortunately. So we'll pop our plane real quick, see what we can do there. We might quickly find ourselves in a bad spot here. Fortunately, the Malta is not going after us. Pretty bad start. First game here. Oh, good work, Satsuma. First game for me here after the weekend. Took a nice break from the game. Little rusty. Did not start off very well at all. Going broadside to a Des Moines, you are liable to get punished like that. Quite broadside here on the border as well. Leading for a Marceau is going to be challenging. That is a very, very fast ship. Do our torps hit? No, we missed our torps on the Hanover, unfortunately, there. Little hit there on the Marceau. We might want to switch over to the Hanover now. So the Monty shot at us. We're going to use our improved rudder shift here to hopefully turn in and dodge this. Did a decent job of that. Try and farm this Hanover now. Propulsion mod helping us accelerate here now. Yodo, of course, does want to be using island cover a lot, since it is such a massive target. It's a really, really big cruiser. It's called a light cruiser, but it is gigantic. Are our torps going to hit? We might actually get some extremely good torps here into the Hanover. Or we're a little late, unfortunate. $67K to start, though, is pretty solid. See if we can finish off the Marceau here. That would be nice. He's kind of forced to turn broadside because the carrier drop. And because of that, we do get a nice kill there on the Marceau. It's really the issue when it comes to carriers there, where, sure, the carrier didn't hit him, but he was the reason that Marceau died there. So that's unfortunate for the Marceau player, but it helps us a lot down here. With Hanover leaving, I think we will try and focus in on the Salem here a little more. If he's going to rush the Petro, we will put Torps out for him. $80K already. We took a beating in that first bad play I made, but the damage, it's looking okay right now. The issue with the Yodo, though, is I think the consistency at range. It's just really hard to lead these shells. On top of having kind of poor DPM, I would say, for a light cruiser. Somewhere around 230,000 base DPM. A lot of the cruisers, like Worcester, for example, is like in the 340, 350 range base for its damage per minute. So you can kind of see where the damage output kind of feels a little weak at times, but we've already got 100K here. The torpedoes are pretty good strength here too. Maybe this build isn't maximizing that as well as we could be. We should probably keep that in mind. Running a more conceal-focused build would certainly help us out a lot when it comes to pushing in and getting torps off. See here, we got to lead 14 seconds for this Montana. It's actually so far that I think if he turns away, we won't actually be able to hit him. Monty's got the HE right now. And yeah, you can just see how floaty they are. So that's where, you know, not running... there's really no need to run range mod here. It would be a lot of range on a light cruiser, of course, but I just don't think it's very usable. Should be mindful of the Salem through here. Turning in. Makes it a little awkward here. I am enjoying going after the cruisers, though. That 30 mil pen is pretty nice. Where a Montana or that Hanover's got a giant superstructure. It's not as big a deal. But going against some of those battleships can be a lot of shatters. But we have mostly full pens this game, which is pretty nice. IFHE is really good, though, if you are fighting against a lot of battleships with 32 mil. That 32 mil pen is really, really nice. So I don't know if it would be objectively wrong or right to be taking that. I think that would be a personal preference kind of thing. That's kind of how I would put it. And maybe given how floaty the shells are at range, it's really nice because then even though battleships do have a pretty big superstructure, you have a bigger target to hit. So if you aim slightly poorly, then maybe you get a little bit of leeway there on the salvo. Hanover was shooting at us. That's the thing. We do have to be quite broadside to get all of our guns off at people. Still managing to hit quite a few shells here on the Salem. Hanover is now in range. Appears to be turning in. Try and go dark here and turn out, actually.
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
Send some torps. We're going to wait for the Hanover to actually shoot the Petro here. And then we can start firing again. There we go. He did seem to want to kill us with good reason, so... this does give us a little bit of opportunity to farm for free. To get a fire on the back. This Hanover does not have fire prevention. So we need to aim a little further ahead of them. Decent damage though still. I don't think I'm going to shoot here right now. Okay, looks like they had overshot actually, so I will shoot now. Trying to time that, right? If we're being an open water cruiser, sure, we do have slightly better DPM. Got the relight on that fire pretty quickly. Our DPM is pretty good there for killing that Hanover. Not amazing, but pretty good. But it's that open water cruiser is kind of tough when you are such a big target. I think I've taken more damage than I should have, though. I think I could have dodged a lot better this game, potentially. Kleber might be coming this way to deal with us or our carrier here, so we'll just send Torps that way for now. Very close game, as you can see here, which is always fun for me. I don't really think there's much point in me shooting this Oster for now. Okay, Kleber's not coming. I'll try and shoot the Kleber. It's just such a fast ship to lead with these slow guns. She managed to hit him there with one shell. I'm surprised. Almost have to lead off my screen. It's crazy. But that's okay. Got a little damage in on him. Gotta be careful here. Gotta be careful here. Malta seems to be going for the midway. Yeah, he dropped those for the midway. Ooh, close range DDs. This we do want to go after. Yeah. When we can guarantee the shell hits, oh my goodness. That damage. Oh, I didn't quite get him. There we go. Try and break up our salvo a little bit. It's gonna turn out, I think. Let's see. You gotta lead so much for these Klebers, man. He did turn out. Kind of overlet it, actually. Funnily enough. Points are relatively close still, right? That's the thing to keep in mind. 2 hits there, a little chip damage here and there. Try again. Not much harm in keeping to try here for the DD, even though it's so rare that we're gonna hit. Underlet him again. I think I'm gonna go with this Kurfürst here. He's got a lot of health, which is really good. But if the carrier's kind of on our Satsuma right now, but if the carrier decides to swap over to, ooh, we can get over that. If the carrier decides to swap over to the Kurfürst, it is good to have our AA there. It is 6.9 kilometers of range, but it's really not that powerful, but it might be enough to deter. But we want to help on the Lepanto. Midway does get the Kleber kill. It's good for us. So this is certainly a ship where having IFHE would be nice if we don't get fire RNG. Okay, we get some fire. What? Kurfürst Citadel'd him? Okay. Surprise there, because Italian battleships don't get Citadel'd all that easily. Oh my goodness, and the carrier comes in and rocks his world. Dang. That Lepanto got melted. Oh my goodness. The way their Citadel is, it's just very unlikely, it seems, to get Citadels like that. But the Kurfürst nailed him. So there we go, 180? 2 kills? Even with the dumb play at the start? That's a pretty good game. I think that's probably my best Yodo game. I'll have to check after this one. I don't think the buff necessarily did a whole lot here. Maybe it did. It helped against some of the long-range Monty and Hanover salvos. I certainly could have played a lot more aggressive if I didn't eat half my health at the beginning there. But that's okay. Still shows we can recover a decent game here, even playing so poorly at the start. It's one of the reasons I love having healing on cruisers. Should also mention about Yodo having a giant HP pool for a light cruiser. We don't even have survivability expert is what it's called for extra health here. This is just straight up Yodo health, which is immense. So even though we are a really big cruiser, we do all right. Alrighty then, we have found the Malta. Try some HE pressure in here to start. The lead time. It is a light cruiser after all. But that is quite the lead time we gotta get there. Warplane shot down is pretty good there. Keep in mind there is a Holland helping us out here. Bit of Kurfürst as well, I guess. Hey, Confederate. Take that. Yeah, look at how broadside we have to stay for all these guns. Woo! GK. GK with the guns, my goodness. Pretty good first game, I gotta say. Not quite 200k, but that is a solid one. 2.6 base, and as you can see, we didn't even get that many kills in that one. Dang. Let's just check real quick. What is the Yodo like? If you go in here and click random battles, and we scroll down to find Yodo here. Yep, that was my best game. I hadn't played it much, as you can see. That was only my 10th game, but 50% win rate. It wasn't looking good. It was not looking good in this thing. Why not? Let's go for another. So it would appear that we've made a mistake in playing a second game. I'm not sure why the matchmaker decided to give us such a small game, but here we are.
Enemy force detected.
Could have been possibly the triple div. One of them was sitting in queue too long. It's unfortunate either way. Arms race too. So, well, we'll see how long this lasts. I'm going to be hyper aggressive and probably die instantly. But we did see in that first game how the Yodo can perform. I think that will be a much better showing than this one will be. Alrighty, Mr. Nevsky. Do have to worry about a Yami. Certainly spooky. There he is. He's just got HE though. Not a huge deal. Send some torps that way. Send some torps this way. Hope for the best. And maybe we can farm this Yami a little bit, huh? Anyways, Yami goes dark. That's fine. Let's use a Hydro here. Mosfa grounded. He might get a big hit into us here. That's fine. Oh, he swapped to HE. Alright, we'll take it. There you go. We got the carrier on us, unfortunately, here. Let's just chill. Flat broadside to a Yami. What's the worst that could happen, huh? Apparently not much, because he's going to way overlead that. And I don't know if Nevsky has the angle for me here. Yep, we bounce that. That is fine. I think we bounce too. Yep. Okay, we gotta watch Moskva. Okay, we did manage to actually dodge that Yami salvo. Which feels pretty good. Ooh, we got the fire right away, unfortunate. Pop our plane here. The goal, of course, with that being to deal with the Malta. Nevsky's fire chance, man. Pretty brutal. Let's turn this way. Yeah, not much you can do here. Carriers just kill you for free. Yeah. Well, that's how it goes. Especially in a small game like this one, you know?
Problem solved, sir.
Get our heal. Living, barely. I'm surprised I'm alive. Alrighty, so small game with carriers, a lot of fun. I mean, maybe HP, or maybe our rudder shift there helped us live that? Probably. Probably would be the case. I'm just sprinting to the carrier in case you're wondering what I'm doing. Since it would appear the Malta wants us real bad. Alrighty, we found a gearing here. And we're missing. Okay, someone else got it. Good. And now we got an enemy push coming down the flank. We are technically alive still in this one, which is kind of amusing. So, where's this Yamato looking? Not at us at the moment. It's pretty good. Gotta be careful still. Take a fire, that's pretty good. Yami looks like he's gonna go down. Okay. I think we're gonna win this one somehow. I can't believe I lived. Keep in mind, we also have arms race buffs in this one. So that is certainly the reason I lived. On top of the rudder shift, right? That definitely helped us out too. There we go.
Enemy battleship foundered.
Carrier is back for us, unfortunately. Try and deal with this Nevsky a bit here. Turn in for the Malta.
Our team has taken the lead.
Good. Ooh, got a turret.
Critically damaged. Main turret critically damaged. Problem solved, sir.
Good.
Torpedoes to port.
Let's not turn into those. Still alive.
To port.
Still alive. I would not recommend being a Yodo that pushes this aggressively, especially in a carrier game, but hey, we were here doing it. We'll even greed there. It's okay if we die. 97 in this one so far. 98, 101. I mean, it's arms race, and it's a small game though, so I would call that okay. Yodo might not be too bad to play. I did change up my build a bit. I think earlier I was running a conceal focused build where we would try and sneak up on people and then get to around 11 kilometers, launch our torps, and then start kiting. But this one full DPM with the improved maneuverability. Gotta keep that in mind. The worst concealment does make it hard to play this thing, especially open water like this, but we made it work. Decent game given how small it was and the carrier was on us. As you can see, the AA really isn't doing too much for us. Not really stopping those strikes. But there you go, Yodo. Update 12.5. Maybe a little better? I still don't think it's necessarily going to be a good cruiser. Hard to play for sure, lacks some utility, lacks DPM, but you can make it work. So if you were grinding this line, maybe now is a good time to continue that, or if you did manage to get Yodo, give it a shot. Let me know what you think in the comments below about this thing now. The build, again, looks a little something like that. Focused on damage, certainly, trying to use that heavy HE. A consideration certainly would be to add in IFHE, and then probably give up concealment, because that would also buff us with top grade gunner a little sooner. That would give us more damage into battleships, but we were fighting a lot of cruisers in this one, and that 30 mil is enough for cruisers. So there we go. Yodo. Not as bad as I thought. This went pretty well, so thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.